Hello, everybody. Here I am sitting in the beautiful sunshine that we have this day. Look at the blue skies. Look at that. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And we need more of it. It's been kind of rainy as of late and also pretty chilly. In fact, yesterday, some parts of Pennsylvania and even western New York, down in the southern tier, got some snow. Not up here, not up here. A little bit of rain in the evening, but that's about it. Hey, let's stop talking about the weather and let's talk about our psalm that's coming up for this coming Sunday, which is the last Sunday of the Easter season. Then we have Pentecost. All right? And it's going to be Psalm 1. Now, Psalm 1, well, we've had it before. It pops up many times during the lectionary. And it's a good thing that it does, because it's a psalm that really introduces the whole psaltery, all the psalms. And it gets us off to a good start because it's telling us, in the bottom line is, hey, take advantage of God's instructions that He's given you to live. These are the way to live your life. These are the ways that you're going to find joy and happiness in life. These are the way you're going to keep a steady life moving forward. And, well, let's dive into it. It's a very short psalm. It's only 6 verses long. And basically it puts before us two different metaphors of, well, you've heard it. You probably have even told your kids, if you've been yelling at them, hey, you do it my way or it's the highway. Yeah, tell me you haven't said that. Well, at least tell me you haven't heard it. Oh, come on. Yeah, we've all heard it. My way or the highway. Well, basically, this is God's way or the highway. There's only two ways to live out life. Either following His instructions or completely ignoring them or abandoning them. Okay. So it starts out with, happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path that sinners walk, or sit in the seat of scoffers, but their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on His law they meditate day and night. So you have pathway, right? The pathway you take is not that one, but this one, meditating on the law. Now, it's important to remember, when we talk about the law, we're not just talking about the 10 Commandments. We're talking about the entire Torah, the entire body of God's works. In fact, probably a better translation of law would be, well, you could say precepts, you could say His instructions. That's a good word, instructions. Follow God's instructions, because they're not just in the 10 Commandments. Those first 5 books of the Bible, they contain all the instructions that God has for us. So meditate on those. Oh, yeah, and meditate. What does that mean? I think for most of us, meditate means, I'm going to shut my eyes now, and I'm just going to think about it, and I'm going to halfway dream about it. Well, yeah, sort of, but no. A better translation for that word meditate into our English would be to plot. Not in an evil way, but to really think about and consider and kind of toss around. In fact, meditate would be like us having Bible study and sitting around in a circle, and we're saying, what does that mean? What does it mean to do this? What does it mean to do that? What's love? What is forgiveness? And you really struggle with it. That's the essence of the Hebrew word for meditate, is to really take it to heart and to work with it, and not just sit around and, okay, I'll get into a dreamy state and then eventually it'll just come to me. No. Meditate. Take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and work with it. Discuss it. Banter back and forth about what it means for our lives. All right, so you have that metaphor going on to start with, the pathways, the directions, the roads that you travel. Don't go that way. Go this way, because this is the way to find happiness. Oh, yeah. And even that word happiness really, in the Hebrew, doesn't have the warm, fuzzy feelings that we give it. Something like the word love. Oh, love. No, happiness is really kind of an action. What happiness is a noun itself, right? But to be happy is to take on an activity that keeps you rooted in the right way. There's a little more involved also with that word in the Hebrew than our English translations have. But still, it does make you happy. That's a part of it. I'm not saying that's not all of it. It's just a little bit more there. So, be happy. Take those paths. And why? It's because when you do that, you're like a tree that's planted by the water. A tree that's planted by the water is going to have roots that's going to go down. And those roots are going to go down and find and tap into those, whatever springs are there that are welling up for that water. That's the way to live, because you don't want to live like those other guys that don't do that, because they're like the chaff. You know, the guys that are out there harvesting the wheat, they take it, they have this little pit area, and they kind of beat up on it a little bit and toss it in the air, and what happens is the good grains of wheat fall down, but the wind blows all the leaves and the stems and that sort of thing that are not rooted. See, they just kind of float around and they get blown away. They get blown away this way and that way. It's an excellent metaphor for those who aren't rooted in God's love, in God's instructions. So all these things add up to being a beautiful way to start the Psalter, a good way for us to be moving on in our lives too, because hey, this is Psalm 1, this is the 7th Sunday of Easter. We're starting the Pentecost season. You know, it's just around the corner. What a better way to start than to encourage one another to meditate and be rooted strongly in God's love for us. God's love that is found in His books of instruction. God's blessings be with you, and get out there and enjoy that sunshine. Hopefully it is sunny where you're at today.